George McFly can do bottom deals? Hey gang, Jeff Stone here with day 60. Forgot to check. Of the year 2016 at magicreview.com. We're looking at George McBride, not George McFly, darn it. The False Deals Project by Big Blind Media and George McBride and, of course, Liam Montier, there to keep things running smoothly. That's a 2-disc set, and it's, we'll say, intense. This is not for beginners. Not even a little bit for beginners. This is intense stuff. You're learning second deals and bottom deals and center deals and double deals and all this stuff. Now, I've never had any interest in learning that stuff. Never. I've never felt the need to put in the time because it takes time, like years. At the very least, months and months and months and months. So I've never wanted to do it. I've never found the need to do it. I've got plenty of stuff in my repertoire. I just never wanted to mess with that. I didn't want to be the gambler card guy necessarily. I've got a few pseudo gambling routines where I fake like I'm doing all these fake deals, right? But so this kind of stuff never interested me. So I thought, oh crap, I'm going to be bored watching this stuff that I hate watching. Turned out it wasn't. It was actually very fascinating. And I did play along, like he was talking about how to grip the deck for this deal or grip the deck for that deal. And I did play along and try to see if I can get the grip right. And I was struggling. It's hard. I mean, it's really hard. But with practice, as with everything, this stuff comes. The one thing that's really hard about teaching this kind of stuff with false deals, everybody's hand is different. And they talk about this multiple times on the DVD. And so some people, it's just not, their hand doesn't fit necessarily the right way to do the grip that you need, or it's a little more awkward or whatever, like if your fingers are longer or shorter or your hand's wider or it's narrower, whatever. So it's very hard to have sort of a one-size-fits-all kind of a thing for learning seconds and bottoms and centers and all this stuff. So, but that said, they did a really good job of covering everything. I mean, seriously, the grip, the pressure points, the little subtleties and tips on how to handle it and all this stuff. And so if ever there were a video resource to learn this is it. I mean, there are others out there that are good, but this is really a good one, and it's more of a sort of a more current, modern one. But it still covers a classic, like the Erdnase handling of some of this stuff, and some of the, this stuff goes way back to that era. So the other thing, on top of learning all these techniques, is you learn a whole bunch of routines. It says on here, 24 routines, 18 techniques, 24 routines. What I liked about that is if you do take the time to master these methods, the routines you can do, for the most part, they're standard routines, but he did the routines using these methods that make them just so much more deceptive. Because none of this is a routine. For the most part, there might be one or two, but for the most part, these aren't routines like, look at how clever my second deal is. It's not that kind of thing. It's, let's do a card trick, and I'm going to secretly, in my head, I'm going to secretly use a second deal and fool these people or whatever. And so it's another method. It's a hidden method, like a double lift or like a top change or a pass or whatever. It's another hidden method. And so if you learn these and then you learn these routines this way, like for example, there's the Dunbarry plot that you're probably familiar with, that he does it using seconds, and it's more deceptive. It's very, very sneaky. There's there's one like spelling. I think it was spelling to the aces from a shuffled deck. So lots of different things. And that spelling to the aces one, actually, it's one of the easier routines on here. But anyway, there's just tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff on here. Bottom line, if you're looking for some advanced card handling technique, then this is a really, really, really good resource. And again, Liam Montier does a great job of reining in the explanations to make sure that we're not glossing over stuff and that we're not missing stuff, because when you get these technical guys that are really good at this technique, like George McBride, they have a tendency to be at a whole different level and maybe forget that we're not quite on their level, and they talk over us, above us, I should say. And so Lee Montier is good at bringing that, like, Larry, let's slow down, let's look at this move and show us again that part, and yeah, this card is supposed to be an ace, but it's really a 4, and whatever. So he does a great job of that. I don't know what else to say. It's 2 discs for $35. I mean, that's a good deal. It's a good price, and it's just tons of information, and it's all advanced stuff. This is not for beginners. If you're intermediate to advanced, or you're trying to bump up to that next level, as they say, this is it. 5 stars, stone status, a gem. So, after that short little review, how about you like the video, subscribe by clicking that button if it's there, and share it out to all of your friends on social media and whatnot while you listen to the random iTunes song of the moment, which is, oh yeah, Bonzo's Montreaux by Zeppelin, of course, off of the Coda album, which is, it's a good album, Zeppelin, so duh. Anyway, I don't have many good stories to tell you about Zeppelin. Yes, I do. I do have one, and I promised I would tell this next time. I do. So this is a good story. Hilarious, in my opinion. My daughter one day was playing on the guitar. Her friend had taught her Stairway to Heaven. She's playing like the intro or whatever. And she's like, man, this is really hard. And I said, well, I know. That's why Jimmy Page is a rock god. And she said, who's Jimmy Page? And I'm like, oh. After I caught my breath, I said, he is how did I say it? I said, he's the lead guitarist of Led Zeppelin. That's what I said. He's the guitarist of Led Zeppelin. She said, who's Led Zeppelin? And I'm like, what? She's playing Stairway. She said, who's Led Zeppelin? And I said, they're the ones who wrote Stairway to Heaven. And believe it or not, she said, what's Stairway to Heaven? I'm like, are you kidding me? It's the song you just played for me. So, anyway, I love my daughter. She's just a little bit naive there going into learning that song. It hurt a little bit that she didn't know who those people were and that what that song was called. Anyway, so to me that's hilarious that here she is playing the song and doesn't know the name of it, doesn't know who sang it, wrote it, who the band is, nothing. But I still love her. And she has learned since and has grown. Sorry. The end, guys. Tune in tomorrow. Day 61, which also happens to be the 1st of March. And we're looking at Through by Daniel Bryan and the Mystique Factory. Until then, folks, thanks as always for watching. Peace out.